Welcome to the Riverside High School graduation exercises here at the Martin County Auditorium. This is a serious and dignified ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please refrain from yelling or making noises that would detract from the graduation ceremony. Persons who disrupt or detract from the graduation ceremony will be escorted out by law enforcement and may be subject to legal charges for disruption. Thank you. We also ask that you please silence your cell phone and any other electronic devices during the ceremony so that it may be enjoyed by all. Again, welcome to the Riverside High School graduation ceremony, and thank you for your cooperation. Welcome to the Riverside High School graduation exercises here at the Martin County Auditorium. This is a serious and dignified ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please refrain from yelling or making noises that would detract from the graduation ceremony. Persons who disrupt or detract from the graduation ceremony will be escorted out by law enforcement and may be subject to legal charges for disruption. Thank you. We also ask that you please silence your cell phone and any other electronic devices during the ceremony so that it may be enjoyed by all. Again, welcome to the Riverside High School graduation ceremony, and thank you for your cooperation. Welcome to the Riverside High School graduation exercises here at the Martin County Auditorium. This is a serious and dignified ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please refrain from yelling or making noises that would detract from the graduation ceremony. Persons who disrupt or detract from the graduation ceremony will be escorted out by law enforcement and may be subject to legal charges for disruption. Thank you. We also ask that you please silence your cell phone and any other electronic devices during the ceremony so that it may be enjoyed by all. Again, welcome to the Riverside High School graduation ceremony, and thank you for your cooperation. Welcome to the Riverside High School graduation exercises here at the Martin County Auditorium. This is a serious and dignified ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please refrain from yelling or making noises that would detract from the graduation ceremony. Persons who disrupt or detract from the graduation ceremony will be escorted out by law enforcement and may be subject to legal charges for disruption. Thank you. We also ask that you please silence your cell phone and any other electronic devices during the ceremony so that it may be enjoyed by all. Again, welcome to the Riverside High School graduation ceremony, and thank you for your cooperation.
Please remain seated for the processional of the class of 2019. Thank you. Please stand and remove your hats for the presentation of the colors by the Martin County JROTC and remain standing for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner.
Color guard, Hudson, Jim, color, Rico, Cavalry, color, forward, march.
Thank you. You may be seated. Caroline. Welcome, and thank you for your attendance today at this momentous occasion for Riverside High School. Our hope that this ceremony will be a day that all present will remember for a lifetime. This is a dignified ceremony, so we must request that you give respect to our graduates and their families by making sure that all students' names are heard and celebrated equally. Please refrain from outbursts during the presentation of diplomas. At the end of the diploma presentation, we will congratulate and celebrate our seniors together. Officers are standing by to escort people from the auditorium who disrupt this ceremony in any way. We will now have opening remarks given by Ms. Sadie Elizabeth Tice, President of the Riverside High School Senior Class.
Four years ago, if you had told me that what my life would be like today, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have believed that I would become the person I am today, that I would have the amazing friends that I have, or that I would have such a bright future. I think almost everyone here on the stage can say the same about themselves. I also wouldn't have believed that the class of 2019 would become, in my opinion at least, one of the best classes Riverside has ever seen. We have Riverside to thank for this. We wouldn't have any of these things without Riverside. We've learned much here, both through what we were taught and what we experienced. Ms. Grimes taught us how to find meaning and relevance in every book we'll ever read and movie we'll ever watch, and how to embrace cultural and ideological differences while giving and receiving the respect each person deserves. Coach Woolard taught us more about the first American settlements than we might ever need to know, and taught me how to hit a perfect serve in tennis. Ms. Cardwell taught us how to play even the most complex of rhythms, and how even the most unlikely groups can become friends. She even taught us the best way to chase a bird out of the band room. Our countless cafeteria debates showed us how to broaden our perspectives and think outside the box to solve problems. These things, and so many, many more, made us the people that we are today. Today, we welcome the Riverside faculty, staff, and administration. Thank you for keeping us on track and in line and working so tirelessly to help us reach our goals. We welcome our families and friends. We thank you for being our support systems throughout the late night study sessions and early morning classes, and for helping us stay focused on our dreams. We also welcome our guests from Martin County Schools Central Office, especially Superintendent Dr. Chris Mansfield, Martin County Board of Education, especially Chairman Ms. Barbara Council, Martin County Commissioners, Riverside High School Advisory Board, and Riverside High Sports Club. Thank you for joining us today for this special occasion, and thank you for the work that you do for our community and school. Lastly, we welcome the class of 2019. Often we tend to forget about ourselves and how important we are to each other. So thank you all for being here and making the class of 2019 the amazing class that it is.
Latin honors designations are based on specific weighted academic grade point averages. There are three categories: summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. Today, we recognize our seniors who have achieved these distinctions. Students with the distinction of summa cum laude have attained a minimum 4.25 GPA. Graduates, please stand when your name is called and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Sydney Marie Weaver. Julia James Ward. Stephen Woodland Trowell. Sadie Elizabeth Tice. Caroline Grace Reason. Mason Jacob Rayner. Stephanie Brianna Moore. Laura Mae Livingston. Tara Ray Leggett. Ronicia Faith James. Rachel Daltrey Harris. Morgan Brooke Griffin. Faith Elizabeth Forbes. Matthew Johnson Davis. Please join me in congratulating these students. Thank you. You may be seated. Students with the distinction of magna cum laude have attained a minimum 4.0 GPA. Graduates, please stand when your name is called and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Jasmine Lee Smith. Jessica Fatima Simmons. Abby Elizabeth Pippin. Tommy Lane Mobley. Gene Harris Miller. Jonathan Daniel Buck. Emily Dare Bowen. Sierra Danielle Bembridge. Brandon Scott Beach. Please join me in congratulating these students. Thank you. You may be seated. Students with the distinction of cum laude have attained a minimum 3.75 GPA. Graduates, please stand when your name is called and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Lily Grace Jacobson. Christina Danielle Herring. Ji Wei Fang. Jordan Nicole Dickerson. Demetria Miche Bland. Brody Franklin Bickerstaff. Please join me in congratulating these students. Thank you. You may be seated. Honor graduates have a 3.7 weighted GPA and no course failures during 4 years of high school, including final senior grades. Students, please stand as your name is called and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all students' names have been called. Sydney Marie Weaver. Julia James Ward. Stephen Woodland Trow. Sadie Elizabeth Tice. Jasmine Lee Smith. Jessica Fatima Simmons. Caroline Grace Reason. Mason Jacob Rayner. Abby Elizabeth Pippin. Stephanie Brianna Moore. Tommy Lane Mobley. Jean Harris Miller. Laura Mae Livingston. Tara Ray Leggett. Ronicia Faith James. Lily Grace Jacobson. Christina Danielle Herring. Rachel Daltrey Harris. Morgan Brooke Griffin. Faith Elizabeth Forbes. Ji Wei Fang. Jordan Nicole Dickerson. Matthew Johnson Davis. Jonathan Daniel Buck. Emily Dare Bowen. Demetria Miche Bland. Brody Franklin Bickerstaff. Sierra Danielle Bembridge. Brandon Scott Beach. Terry James Ayers. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. The criteria for a North Carolina scholar are 3.5 unweighted cumulative GPA and meeting or exceeding the North Carolina graduation requirements for students attending a four-year college or university. Students, please stand as your name is called and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Sydney Marie Weaver. Julia James Ward. Stephen Woodland Trow. Sadie Elizabeth Tice. Jasmine Lee Smith. Jessica Fatima Simmons. Caroline Grace Reason. Mason Jacob Rayner. Abby Elizabeth Pippin. Stephanie Brianna Moore. Tommy Lane Mobley. Jean Harris Miller. Laura Mae Livingston. Tara Ray Leggett. Ranicia Faith James. Rachel Daltrey Harris. Morgan Brooke Griffin. Faith Elizabeth Forbes. Jordan Nicole Dickerson. Matthew Johnson Davis. Jonathan Daniel Buck. Emily Dare Bowen. Demetria Miche Bland. Brody Franklin Bickerstaff. Sierra Danielle Bembridge. Brandon Scott Beach. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated.
At this time, we will recognize our President's Award for Educational Excellence. The criteria for this award are a 3.5 unweighted cumulative GPA and meeting or exceeding the North Carolina graduation requirements for students attending a four-year college. Students must also make a qualifying score on the SAT or the ACT. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. Please hold all applause until all names are called. Sydney Marie Weaver. Julia James Ward. Stephen Woodland Trow. Sadie Elizabeth Tice. Jessica Fatima Simmons. Caroline Grace Reason. Mason Jacob Rayner. Abby Elizabeth Pippin. Stephanie Brianna Moore. Laura Mae Livingston. Tara Ray Leggett. Ranicia Faith James. Rachel Daltrey Harris. Morgan Brooke Griffin. Faith Elizabeth Forbes. Matthew Johnson Davis. Jonathan Daniel Buck. Brody Franklin Bickerstaff. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. The National Career Readiness Certificate is a portable record of an employee's work skills. All job seekers may earn this certification by taking the Work Keys test, a nationally recognized skills assessment developed by ACT Incorporated, which measures the test-taking abilities in workplace documents, applied math, and graphic literacy. People can earn career readiness certifications in one of 4 levels: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Each senior who has earned a career readiness certificate is noted in your program and is wearing a gold double honor cord. Students wearing those cords, please stand. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. Students eligible for the National Honor Society are inducted in their junior year. They must exhibit strong leadership, good character, and dedicated service to the school and community. A 3.5 weighted GPA is required. National Honor Society members are wearing a blue and white cord and are noted in your program. Students, please stand. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. Students eligible for the National Beta Club may be inducted during their freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Members must maintain a 3.25 unweighted GPA and demonstrate leadership and service in the school and community. Beta Club members are wearing a black and gold cord and are noted in your program. Students, please stand. Join me in a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. Students who receive the Global Languages Endorsement have earned a combined unweighted 2.5 GPA or above for all 4 English language arts courses required for graduation. These students have also established proficiency in 1 or more languages in addition to English by completing a 4-course sequence of study in the same world language, earning an overall unweighted GPA of 2.5 or above in these courses. Today, we recognize, if she will please stand, Tara Ray Leggett for earning this endorsement by attaining a 4.0 unweighted GPA in Spanish. Please help me in congratulating her with a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated.
It is my honor and privilege to announce the salutatorian for the 2018-2019 school year. Morgan Brooke Griffin. The daughter of Jerry and Christy, Morgan has put together a truly spectacular 4-year career at Riverside High School. Academics, Athletics and extracurricular pursuits are just some of the ingredients to an amazing tenure as a mighty Riverside Knight. Morgan has lived her entire life in Martin County. She started out at Jamesville Elementary, moved to Jamesville Middle and Riverside Middle, and then transitioned into Riverside High. Morgan's grade point average over her last 4 years has equated to 4.5606. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going to throw some numbers at you right now, so please bear with me. 95, 95, 98, 99, 95, 95, 95, 95, 94, 95, 95, 96, 95, 95. I had to go back to the fall of her sophomore year to find a grade lower than 95, and that was just barely. Sorry, Morgan, it was English 2 and Mrs. Grimes, and most of the students sitting behind me can tell you that Mrs. Grimes really challenges you to reach your fullest potential in her English 2 class. Let's move on to sports. Morgan has played volleyball and softball each year she has been in school and has excelled in the gym and on the field. She achieved all-conference status in both sports as well as academic all-conference honors as well. Multiple people have remarked that she is the best defensive first baseman that Riverside has ever produced, and that resulted in her winning a defensive award for softball this past spring. Nothing gets by Morgan Griffin. Even while invested so heavily in academics and athletics, Morgan also has found time to volunteer at Vacation Bible School at Janesville Christian Church and with the Interact Club and the Student Government Association at RHS, where she has also been an officer. Morgan gives her all in everything that she pursues, and I have no doubt that will continue next year at Pitt Community College. Morgan tells me that she doesn't know what she wants to be when she grows up, but she is leaning towards being a teacher. I have my fingers crossed. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the salutatorian for Riverside High School for the 2018-2019 school year, Miss Morgan Brooke Griffin.
Good morning, everyone. I'm humbled and honored to be the salutatorian for the class of 2019. As my classmates and I stand before you today, we are faced with many emotions: happiness, sadness, glee, pride, disbelief, and many others, but this morning, I'm especially feeling thankful. I'm thankful for God's guidance and direction in my life and the support of my parents, sister, grandparents, and so many more. I would not be standing in front of you today without their encouragement and love. This audience is filled with family members, friends, teachers, mentors, and coaches, and we would be remiss without recognizing the impact that you all have had on our lives. You've driven us to school and games, helped us with our homework, cheered us on, but most importantly, you've shaped us into the strong and capable individuals we are today, and we can't be more thankful for that. I'm thankful for the friends I've made that I'm sharing this stage with. When I transitioned from Jamesville Middle School to Riverside Middle School, which feels like it was just yesterday, I was fearful. I was worried about meeting so many new people, having new teachers, joining new sports teams, and so much more. However, when I left school that very first afternoon, fear was the last thing in my heart. My classmates and I have come quite a long way since our middle school days, but some things haven't changed. They still make me feel just as welcome, laugh just as hard, and smile just as big. I'm thankful for the impact that sports have had on my life. I've played sports for as long as I can remember, and my passion for softball and volleyball continued through high school. The lessons I've learned on the court or on the field are immeasurable, and the memories I've made doing what I love can never be forgotten. I will always remember the importance of being a team player, working hard, and putting your heart into everything you do. I have had the privilege to play alongside some of my best friends and to be coached by some of the best people I know, and I will always be thankful for these relationships and experiences. To the class of 2019, the day has finally come. 4 years ago, we walked in this building for the first time as timid, eager freshmen, and today we will walk out for the last time as graduates. Before we embark on this new journey, I challenge you to take a moment and be thankful. Be thankful for the pep rallies and homecoming weeks when we all laughed at the craziest outfits. Be thankful for the lunches spent in the cafeteria with your best friends. Be thankful for the classes you finished that you spent many days and nights studying for. When we leave today, we are all beginning different journeys and embracing new experiences. This may be in college, in the workforce, in the military, or somewhere else, but no matter where you go or what you do, I encourage you to do it with your whole heart. As we move forward, always remember this day, this place, these friends, and these memories. As Taylor Swift said, hold on to the memories and they will hold on to you. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us, and I know I will always be thankful for the impact that these 4 years have had on my life. Congratulations, class of 2019, we made it. Thank you.
I have the supreme honor and privilege of introducing our valedictorian for the class of 2019, Julia James Ward. Julia is the daughter of James and Vinya Ward and the sister of Riverside High School alumni Chesson Williams and Amy Ward. Whenever I think of Julia, the first words that come to mind are leadership and service. She has been a dedicated leader during her years at Riverside High School. Out of the gate during her freshman year, Julia became a charter member of the 9th grade Academy leadership team. She followed in her mother's caregiving footsteps by participating in HOSA, Future Health Professionals, during her freshman and sophomore years. She was president of the Interact Club, a member of Student Government Association Executive Board, and a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. In addition to her service organizations, Julia was an active athlete playing on the volleyball, cross-country, and track teams during her freshman year. Her talents and accomplishments know no bounds. However, Julia's priorities would change during her junior year when she got a job with Memorial Baptist Church's preschool program. It would be through her experiences here that Julia would discover her true calling and passion, helping children begin. Her kind and gentle spirit and unwavering love for children are an asset in her chosen college major, child development. Julia will attend Meredith College this fall, already having earned her associate's degree from Martin Community College, with the intention of obtaining her master's degree in the next 4 years. Impressive. Not only are Julia's goals impressive, so are her accomplishments. Julia has completed her high school career with a weighted GPA of 4.6447, the highest in the class. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride that I present to you Riverside's 2019 valedictorian, Julia James Ward. This is the exciting part. Congratulations.
I stand here this morning with a grateful heart for everyone in this room who has made a difference in my life or in the lives of my classmates behind me. I would like to start out by thanking God for everything I have been blessed with throughout my life. Because of the faith I placed in Him, I was able to do great things. To those of you in the audience, family and friends, thank you for being our biggest support system throughout these past 4 years. To the administration, teachers, coaches, faculty, and anyone within the Riverside family who has helped shape me and the graduating class of 2019, thank you for being a mentor, guider, influencer, and friend. To my parents, thank you for always believing in me and allowing me to chase my dreams. To my grandparents, thank you for showing me exactly who I want to be someday. To my sisters, thank you for being my best friends and role models. I never thought I would be standing here just like you. To my second family, thank you for the extra love and support over these past 4 years. And to those special people in my life, I'm sure you know who you are. Thank you for making me smile and coming back together no matter how long it's been. And lastly, to all of my classmates, thank you for an unforgettable high school experience. Being the procrastinator that I am, I was in my room around midnight trying to figure out the right words to say on this special day. After some self-doubt and many deleted sentences, I threw my head back in frustration trying to figure it out. When I did this, I looked directly at a sign that hangs above my bed that someone special made for me. It reads, "Today is a great day for a great day." I see this sign all the time, but I never really thought about what it meant until then. Today is a great day for a great day. To me, it means I had the opportunity to make a difference, to do something meaningful, and to do it with a purpose. Perhaps I can change the world with just a little bit of light inside of me, and I strongly believe that having a great day makes you as an individual great. I know that these graduates sitting behind me are great, but I'm a girl who likes proof, and I thought some of you might be too. So the official definition of being great is to be considerably above normal or average. And this Riverside class of 2019 fits these standards. We are the epitome of greatness, and here's why. On this stage are athletes who stayed long after practice to make sure they were prepared for the next game. There are students who chose to stay after school because others got behind in class. Students who knew they needed help and were never afraid to ask. There are students who joined clubs and brought extra donations because they were dedicated to meeting their goal. Behind me is the next nurse who might stay an extra hour of her shift to take care of your loved one. Behind me is a farmer who might one day miss their family dinner so they can provide the food for yours. The teacher who buys a winter coat for a child who desperately needs one. And the surgeon who hasn't slept in 24 hours because they're too busy saving lives. On this stage is the future, a future that will be above average and a future that will be great. Just like this class of Riverside High has always been. We have given it our all, and we have put in extra time and effort. And as we go our separate ways, I have no doubt that we will all succeed. And you will see us in the world leaving our mark. Whether it be college, the military, or the workforce, always keep this saying in mind. Today is a great day for a great day. Some days will be easier than others, like today that is filled with excitement and joy. But when the day comes and you have to wake up for an 8 a.m. exam or work the night shift, remember that you can do it if you take the opportunity. We may be moving on to bigger and better things, but it is always great to be a Riverside Knight, so great we will be. Just watch. Congratulations to the class of 2019. We did it.
At this time, we will present our graduates with their diplomas. Joining me on stage are Mr. James Gard, Mr. Christopher Matthews, Martin County School Board Chair, Ms. Barbara Council, and Superintendent Dr. Chris Mansfield. Please remember to give our graduates and their families respect by refraining from outbursts. Please help us ensure that all students' names are heard and celebrated equally. At the presentation's conclusion, we will congratulate and celebrate our seniors together. Christopher Tiberius Anders. Danielle Rochelle Armstrong. Cassandra Lee Avila. Benjamin Bryant Beach. Brandon Scott Beach. Ashawn Jamal Belcher. Sierra Danielle Bembridge. Brody Franklin Bickerstaff. Demetria Miche Bland. Samisha Deanna Bland. Clavon James Blunt. Emily Dare Bowen. Jaquez O'Neill Brown. Emily Taylor Bryant. Jonathan Daniel Buck. Macon Reese Bullock. Brianna Zanae Burgess. Nequan Aaron Burns. Jerry Daniel Carranza. Kelvin Keyshawn Chambly. Donovan Jewel Davenport. Matthew Johnson Davis. Jordan Nicole Dickerson. Zywan Joel Exum. Faith Elizabeth Forbes. Jasmine LaJoya Frazier. Nigea Linda Gibbs. Jalea Tremise Gladney. Jemiah Kashannon Glover. Jenna Hope Goddard. Samaria Nicole Goddard. Morgan Brooke Griffin. Turner Peel Griffin. Landon Heath Gerganis. Christopher Lane Hardison. Mason Christopher Hardison. Rachel Daltrey Harris. Shanzi Jaquel Harris. Christina Danielle Herring. Jason Bowen Hollis. Shakeem Ahmad Jackson. Lily Grace Jacobson. Ranicia Faith James. Madison Hope Johnson. Charles Clifton Jones, Jr. Rebecca Elizabeth Jones. Justin D. Keel. Kareem Jaleel Keener. Zanaya Denitra King. Matthew Javon Lavelle. Brittany Nicole Lee. Tara Ray Leggett. Shakia Shanae Lewis. Laura Mae Livingston. Chase Michael MacDonald. Tolliver Tyrell Marshall. Kayla Robertson Manning. Jean Harris Miller. Tommy Lane Mobley. Stephanie Brianna Moore. Trayshawn Deontay Moore. Michaela Denise Orr. Edgar Navarez Perez. Kristen Seon Pettigrew. Abby Elizabeth Pippin. Gabriella Dare Pritchett. Brycian Philip Provencher. Onaya Catherine Purvis. Constantino Alfonso Ramirez Halton. Mason Jacob Rayner. Caroline Grace Reason. Jessica Fatima Simmons. Deshaun Montre Smallwood. Richland Amanda Smallwood. Jemiah Monet Smith. Jasmine Lee Smith. Jashawn Kytrell Smith. Cassidy Jessica Smith. Tykevis Lamont Smith. Brooklyn Tyreek Spivey. Janae Jaztwand Sproul. Brianna Alexis Squires. Alden Michael Stalls. Cody Allen Stalls. Noah Glenn Stevens. Cameron Oakley Stevens. Jacob Wynn Stewart. Brianna Noel Taylor. Kamel Jawan Teal. Ariana Nishay Thomas. Deontay Lamont Thomas. Tamaya Rashay Thompson. Sadie Elizabeth Tice. Stephen Woodland Trowell. Julia James Ward. Sydney Marie Weaver. William Gavin Wester. Kayla Ann Williams. Jackie Elizabeth Willoughby. Mackenzie Kristen Wolf. Terry Cody Ayers. Leandria Kiet Bunch. Ji Wei Fang. Matthew Chase Robertson.
On behalf of the Riverside High School staff, faculty, and all members, I salute the class of 2019. Your hard work, dedication, and perseverance has paid off. To the families, thank you for entrusting your children to us. We are privileged to have been a part of the step on your children's journey. Chief Marshal, will you please present the Riverside High School class of 2019? By the authority of the state of North Carolina, I now proclaim you graduates of Riverside High School. You may turn your tassels. At At this time, will you please remain seated for the procession of the class of 2019, and then wait until all have vacated the auditorium before you exit. Thank you.